Throughout the original timeline of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, from Iron Man in 2008 to Endgame in 2019, the Hulk had many appearances as well as many situations where he displayed feats of intensive physical strength or highly destructive feats of physical power. But the speculative scenario is this: just how strong was the Hulk in the original era of the Marvel Cinematic Universe? In the Marvel comics, ever since the Incredible Hulk's first introduction in 1962, there have been countless displays of strength from him. It's impossible or even pointless to describe every feat that he had done, or to compare what he had did in terms of measuring physical strength in a mortal scale. According to comic book information, the Incredible Hulk is technically the strongest being of physical strength, stamina, or durability from the planet of Earth. Alien races, cosmic beings, as well as gods and goddesses across the universe have been unable to truly explain why Bruce Banner in his Hulk persona is essentially the strongest mortal being in existence. Writers and artists have depicted Hulk doing so much in the comics, it's fairly common for the character to be depicted doing multiple feats of strength for the first time, when in decades prior, the same actions or feats were already done due to the decades worth of continuity, unrelated or even complicated lore that the character has. Within the era of the original Marvel Cinematic Universe, the feats of strength that the Hulk performed were actually able to be discussed and witnessed by those who had seen the acts in the films, and even from theories as well as discussions relating to the Marvel Cinematic Universe of the time. To make Hulk's displays of strength more simple for casual audiences to understand, his feats of power or his acts of strength were simple, but upon further observation it's quite impressive. Manhandling Loki, an Asgardian god, as Loki was actually one of the most formidable of the Asgardian pantheon. Hulk attacking Ultron and knocking him away effortlessly, as from information depicted on dialogue mentioned in the Age of Ultron, he was estimated to be roughly half a ton in weight. Hulk easily knocking away Tony Stark's Hulkbuster armor suit, which according to Tony was the thickest, heaviest, and strongest armor that he had ever conceived of. Multiple times Hulk caused tremors by hitting or stomping upon the ground with near effortless force from his hands or feet, destroying a Chitauri Leviathan with a single strike, as they're known to be the heavyweight cruisers of the Chitauri race during invasions of other planets. The strength of the Hulk, aside from the clear examples as mentioned or even other instances, were clearly depicted for audiences, but further speculation had the Hulk's strength vary from film to film when he was depicted within the original era of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The strength or lack of strength would coincide with the plot of the movie or depiction relating to the circumstances that the Hulk was seen or mentioned in. It's unfair to proclaim that the Hulk had a consistent depiction of strength throughout the original Marvel Cinematic Universe, and there were even claims that some screenwriters couldn't or didn't know how to properly use the Hulk. This was why the Hulk was sent off-world and was absent for a number of films during the Marvel Cinematic Universe's original chronological timeline. The Hulk was nearly indestructible within the original era of the Marvel Cinematic Universe and was only technically injured a few times. In terms of physical lacerations, a notable example was in The Incredible Hulk, where the Hulk was stabbed by the Abomination. Despite the film only being in partial official canon of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the stabbing was referred to in future films, being depicted as having a scar from the wound. When the Scarlet Witch used her magic to affect the Hulk's mind, he went on a rampage throughout an entire country until the Avengers had no other choice but to stop him. The Hulkbuster armor from Iron Man actually being able to knock out a tooth from the Hulk's mouth, and even being able to knock the Hulk unconscious from a sharp strike to the back of the head. The Hulk was able to fight against and physically stagger Surtur, a primal force of Asgard, and considered one of the elder gods according to their pantheon of deities. When the Hulk used the Infinity Gauntlet, the experience left him with a disabled arm due to using the cosmic gems of unfathomable power. Using the gems in a non-Asgardian made gauntlet would have killed any other mortal being, but Bruce Banner as the Hulk was so durable it just crippled and disabled his arm.